Welcome back to the final instalment of our Get Fit in 4 weeks. By now, you should be feeling a little fitter, faster, and more in control of your cycling.
Although I can imagine that you might be feeling a little bit tired as well.
Yes, and that's what this week is all about. Freshening up a little, and then testing your improvements with a fitness test or a big event maybe. You've overloaded your system now for 3 weeks, and now is the time to reward yourself. By reducing the volume, the frequency and intensity of some of your sessions, a little freshness will start to return to your legs.
Yeah, and this is actually then that fitness that you've worked so hard for coming through because your body is now adapting to the stress that you've been placing it under.
Now, I said earlier in the series that rest is best, but to simply take the entire week off is not going to deliver you with the best results on your event or test day.
No, you still need to stimulate your body with some short, sharp sessions just to help sharpen up, ready for that test at the end of the week.
This period is also known as a taper. And to find what works best for you can take a little bit of practice. I've referred to testing a few times throughout the series. And whilst you may have only been training to improve your on-the-bike fitness, why not go out and test and see how much you have really progressed?
Yeah, now the preparation for this kind of begins 2 days before by taking your final rest day. Now that kind of takes care of itself, provided you don't spend your entire rest day eating cake.
Well, that's that out of the way. On to the pre-test ride. Your pre-test ride, or what I used to do the day before a race. This one is all about waking up your body, getting rid of those tired legs and activating everything before the test tomorrow.
Yeah, it needs to be just hard enough that you activate those energy systems and stimulate your muscles and get your body prepared for what's to come.
I would recommend a really good progressive 20-minute ramping up in your warm-up before completing 2 times 6 minutes of uncomfortable but not maximal efforts.
No, so if you've got a power meter, then you want to be looking at about 95% of your FTP. And then in between those 2 sets of 6 minutes, you want to be spinning very gently for about 10 minutes.
Yes, if this isn't enough, which it could well be, but depending on what your weeks have been like, it may not be, allow yourself 1 to 2 minutes of really high cadence drills. I recommend a cadence of 100 to 110. You could go higher if you felt that way inclined. This will really help to shake off and loosen those tired legs.
Then it's just a case of spinning home gently and following those post-ride routines that Chris outlined earlier in the series, with a particular focus on fueling, on stretching, and then of course, on resting.
Yeah, I like a bit of rest though.
We're gonna film that a bit now.
Yeah, shall we? Quick sleep somewhere?
Start the day as any other. That has worked well so far, so don't change your routine on the most important day of the entire schedule. Just like your pre-event session, it's important to include a very thorough, progressive warm-up of around 20 minutes. Work up to an intensity close to what you could maintain for an hour, and then spin gently for 5 to 10 minutes. If you're at an event, make your way to the line and enjoy. You have worked hard to be there.
If you're about to go out and test yourself, make sure you follow the same protocol as you did on the previous test. Whilst wind direction can make a difference to your time, be sure to compare your notes from the previous test. Make sure you record how you feel, what the weather was, and any other factors that you feel could have changed your performance. Right then, let's go. If you have a power meter or a smart trainer, this is obviously going to take a lot of guesswork out of your fitness testing. Either way, you're going to have really good hard data to compare to from week 1 right through to the end of the program. And outside, this is clearly quite a generic program that we've outlined here, but with a few subtle tweaks, it could be tailored and individualised to quite a broad spectrum of cyclists.
Yeah, because it does, and I'm going to say this without trying to give you a big head, Chris, it contains some really important and useful information that anyone can use to help them improve. And I think you've also demonstrated just how much you can improve in a short space of time.
Yes, if you have a particularly busy life schedule, then why not reduce the overall volume, but by maintaining the same amount of intensity within your rides, you'll also see the same performance gains you were looking for.
Yeah, that's right, because at the end of the day, as with any training plan, consistency is absolutely key to seeing those benefits.
It is, and goal setting. by setting goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, you are more likely to stay on track and focused on the end goal.
Yeah. Right then, the question is next. Where do you go after this? You've worked hard, you've got your fitness gains, what do you do with them now? My suggestion would be that you keep focused and keep improving.
Why not set yourself a goal like a big sportif at the end of summer?
Yep. Or indeed, you can get obsessed about that particular climb and just keep beating your time again and again and again. I particularly like doing that.
Yeah. How about you go out with your mates and you take that new fitness that you've spent weeks building and you really hand it out to them?
The world is your oyster. Right then, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and if you've not caught any of the other episodes in this series, then why not start with episode 1? You can get through to that just down there.